right, guys, welcome back to Married with Media. And we're on movie number 12, The Frighteners, starring Michael J. Fox and directed by Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Do you know that? The Lord of the Rings guy did this movie.
Yeah, I know. You told me just before we pressed record.
I feel like I've told you a lot.
No, you told me before. So that's good. We're, pretty big Lord of the Rings fans. So,
Yep.
yeah, so I thought I'd share my food real quick because I got it down here. It's a very late lunch, early dinner. I don't know. It's like a veggie quesadilla and some chips and some pico. And so anyway, that's what I'm eating before we start this movie. I don't really know too much about this movie. I am kind of excited to watch it though. You've seen it before, right?
Yes, this was a childhood favorite of mine.
Okay.
I've probably seen this movie at least 20 to 30 times. I used to watch this all the time.
Okay, yeah.
It was a big, because it's a horror movie, but it's also like a comedy, so it has that, and also kind of feels like an adventure movie too. So it's a lot of different things in one.
Now this is after Back to the Future, right?
Oh yeah, 10 years out. This is 1996. So.
Oh, okay, wow. I didn't know it was late 90s.
10 years. But... Yeah, I got this. This is a new copy. I bought this for us. I also have a VHS copy in there. So
that's funny.
I loved this movie when I was a kid. It was one of my favorites. So
gotcha.
It's a fun movie.
This is the second to last movie on our 13 days of horror, and happy Halloween Eve. Right?
Yeah, happy Halloween Eve.
Yeah,
we're going to watch this, and then we'll probably watch Trick or Treat tonight, but we'll put Trick or Treat out on Halloween.
Oh, are we going to go ahead and watch it tonight?
Oh, yeah. I say, yeah. Let's blow it out.
All right.
Let's do it.
So, yeah, let's get started.
All right, let's go. All right, it's time for the Frighteners. Are you ready?
I'm ready to be frightened.
Frighten me, Frighteners. All right, we just finished watching The Frighteners.
The Frighteners.
The Frighteners. What did you think? Were you frightened?
So, I thought it was a lot of fun.
It's a fun movie. It's not... there's some darker themes to it for sure, but it's more lighthearted in its approach, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, definitely the backstory with the killer in the movie.
Yeah, like Johnny Bartlett.
That was pretty dark. But yeah, so I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I know I told you, but I felt like it was a little too long.
Yeah, it was an hour and 50 minutes. We're getting into a bunch of long movies because the Amityville was 2 hours.
Well, it was just, I felt like the showdown, if you will, I felt like it was like really long.
Yeah, in the hospital.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. It just felt really long to me. And I don't know, maybe it was just, our daughter.
yeah, you were just over it at that point.
Yeah, she was not letting us really get fully engaged, but
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I know you said I was going to say earlier though, I could see how you would have enjoyed this when you were younger. Cause I know you said you watched it a lot.
I watched this alongside like Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters. As far as like paranormal ghost movies, I think like all those kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And we noticed right in the beginning, I didn't remember this, but Danny Elfman did the score, and we noticed that like right off the top, like it just has those like Tim Burton vibes to it.
Yeah.
Produced by Robert Zemeckis as well.
Yeah.
Who also did Back to the Future. So you have that Michael J. Fox connection there. And yeah, I just love Michael J. Fox. I love everything he does.
Yeah.
I just like watching him in stuff. And I like the way that this story develops and comes together. I like it's a mystery aspect, kind of like a murder mystery.
Right.
Like what has happened in the town. The history, but you don't know that connects to the Grim Reaper and what's going on there until a little bit later on. Although you kind of called it early what was going on. But I remember as a kid, I was pretty like, oh my God, like shocked by the moment when I found out that it was Johnny that was the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. And I mean, not only like as far as connecting, I wanted to say Marty McFly.
Yeah.
As far as connecting Michael J. Fox's character or whatever, like obviously he's he can communicate to ghosts or whatever. But like also he played into the story or the killer or whatever, because
Yeah, he had a personal connection as well.
yeah, like his wife was killed
Yeah.
by the guy or whatever.
Yeah,
And
I like
so,
that too. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different things going on,
right.
and I feel like they blend them all together pretty well. I know that you said you didn't like Jeffrey Combs' character when he came in, which
Oh, you're talking about the dark-haired guy
the
that was
weird
weird?
FBI
Yeah.
agent that
I
comes in and
didn't.
his little quirks and stuff. I like Jeffrey Combs because I've seen Reanimator and some of the 80s horror movies he's been in, but he
Yeah.
does kind of stick out like a sore thumb
Yeah,
in those
for
later parts.
sure.
I think that they probably could have done without that angle. He
Yeah,
really
I
just
mean,
acts as a foil for everything that's going on, which they have enough to deal with as it is. I don't really feel like they needed him
yeah,
in there.
that's what I was thinking. Like he was pretty much just like this extra bad guy.
Yeah,
And they're
if I had to,
already,
I'm okay with it because I've grew up with this movie. I knew he
yeah.
was there, but if I had to put one criticism on it, it'd probably be that.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I said. I just felt like his character was kind of unnecessary. I mean, like in the beginning, he was like sharing this story that people thought.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if
he
people
does
thought it
act
or
as
just.
exposition because he
Mhm.
tells Michael J. Fox's backstory and stuff.
Yeah, but like it's not a true backstory, and I don't
Yeah,
know if like a lot of people believed in that story or if it was just him that said it or not. Like I don't really know that part, but yeah. So what would you give this movie?
I got a lot of love for it. I'm nostalgic for it. I'd honestly probably give it a 4.5 out of a 5.
We don't do that.
Or yeah, I give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. I like the movie a lot. I still like it a lot.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The effects don't hold up very well. That's one thing that kind of sticks out to me. I think they're
Yeah.
okay. They're pretty good, solid ghost effects, but the Grim Reaper effects are a little over like CGI. Just kind of sticks out.
Yeah.
I like Jay Busey as the bad guy. I like Dee Wallace in this. You know, the mom from E.T. I think they're both kind of good at playing like the maniacal
Yeah. Well,
roles.
also something else that like didn't quite work for me was like the relationship with the girl. I just felt like it was like super rushed and
Yeah,
I'm like
and weird because like both their spouses died and they're just together at the end, like and his house is getting bulldozed, the house he was building with his wife.
yeah, it was just kind of it didn't seem believable.
And they're
Like
like making fun of the Grim Reaper and she's like running. That whole ending I didn't like either.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. That didn't really work for me. But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, I would give it probably an 8 out of 10.
That's fair.
So
That's fair. I'm honestly surprised you gave it that high.
yeah, I mean, it was fun.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's rated R though, so it's like not a kids movie, but in some aspects it feels like a kids adventure type ghost story
I mean,
movie.
there were like some pretty bad stuff, like when it was showing the flashback of
Yeah.
him going through
And
the
then
mental
oh
institution
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
And, like,
there's some
shooting
gruesome
people.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean that whole like story was pretty
And that was
disturbing.
before we had all the shootings we have now in America, so I imagine that could be like triggering for some people because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like a full-on shooting. But also I was going to bring out the old man ghost who has sex with the mummy in the
Oh my
museum.
god, yeah.
And some of the things that he says is like, I don't know if you could say that now in a movie.
Yeah, he's like he has sex with a mummy and he's like, I like it when they lay still like that.
I was like, that's a little much.
Yeah.
Old man ghost.
I feel
But
like he
yeah,
said something else too, but I can't think of it. But and it like he like goes into the do you call it what do you call the mummy casket?
the sarcophagus.
Yeah, he just like goes in there with it, and like you see his like butt humping the air or whatever, and so it was.
It's funny.
silly,
I always
but-
thought it was funny when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
um,
But anyway, there you have it, guys. That was our number 12, and so
Number 12.
we are about to wrap up this 13 Days of Horror watch list, and I think I'm ready. I'm ready.
you're ready
And,
for it to be over. Trick or treat.
You know, some people 13 movies, they don't. You know, that doesn't really seem like a lot, but for us, I feel like it is.
Well, personally, with all the other stuff I've been watching, I'm
Yeah.
like on movie number 40 right now. So
Yeah, and like, you know, the other tricky thing is like we watch shows on top of all this. So it's
Yeah.
definitely been I don't know the word I'm looking for.
It's been a process.
It's been an experience.
Yeah, comment down below if you've seen the Frighteners. What do you think of it?
Yep.
Leave us your thoughts and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notifications for all future videos. See you next time.
Bye.